Hello, my name is David Bush, and in this video I'm going to talk about finding variables for the NCAA data analysis. So I will switch over to my other screen here. And what you're going to find is that I have the NCAA data from 2013 through 2021 on the left side of the screen, so over here. And then I have a blank Excel document on the right-hand side of the screen. Now, what we're wanting to do is to be able to find values that are predictive of tournament wins. So I'm going to just grab the tournament wins column here and copy and paste that over into my new spreadsheet. And then what I'm going to do is just to go through and find then data values or variables that I want to compare to see if they would be good measures to predict tournament wins. And so maybe I think like season wins are a good measure there. And so I'll just grab those. Okay, and so then I'll paste those on here. And then what I can do is go and find the correlation between these two. So in Excel, I'm just going to type in equals correl. And then I just need to tell it where the data is located. So we have one of the variables is in column A, the other variable is in column B. And so just using the correl formula like that. And if I hit the check mark, it will give me then the correlation coefficient. And the idea here then is that you want to try to find correlations that are closer to either +1 or -1. And so those are good measures in terms of being correlated with our tournament wins, because we're always going to be comparing against tournament wins. And so if it's closer to 1, then that means that they're positively correlated. So as one variable goes up, the other variable goes up. If it's near -1, that means that as one variable goes up, the other variable goes down. But those can also still be useful as well in terms of measures for being able to predict tournament wins. In terms of finding like good values here, 0.3-ish for real world data can be useful. So like here we have 0.35. So looking at season wins could potentially be useful because it is kind of in that ballpark. But you start getting below like 0.3, they become less and less useful. Not to say that there isn't any use to them. There could be some use, but there's probably better measures out there. And I will say that this particular correlation here was specifically for the 2021 season. And what I'm going to do is actually go through and compare this to the other years of data that we have to see if this is a consistent measure or not. So I'm just going to make a quick note here of 2021 for that data. And then in column D, I'm actually going to go to the 2019 data. And we'll go and grab tournament wins there. And then we'll go and grab the season wins. So season wins. And paste those in here. And then I'm going to get another correlation. So equals correl. And then here we have the data in column D and column E. So we'll go look at that correlation. That correlation is actually a little bit better. It's pretty close to 0.4. And so that was for 2019. And then I need to continue to do this. And I'm going to actually zoom in on this Excel document just so you can see here a little bit closer. So for our 2021 data, the correlation, oops, I guess I'm a little bit behind my face there. 2021 correlation was 0.35. And if we go to the 2019 correlation, we're seeing that it's really close to 0.4 actually. So that's pretty good. Let me go grab the 2018 data. So number of tournament wins, we'll go grab those, place those in G. I can probably not have that be as wide. There we go. And then in H, we'll just grab the season wins. And so get those plugged in there. And then we'll just take the correlation. And actually, if I copy and paste this correlation over, this correlation formula, it should update it for the columns G and H. And indeed it does. So then I can just work on copy and pasting those over to be able to save myself some time. Looking at the correlation here from 2018, again, it's being back down to the like 0.34, it looks like in this case. So not quite as good, but it is being pretty consistent over the years. So being above that 0.3. So far it's looking like season wins are a pretty good measure of whether a team will be successful in the tournament or not. And then you can, continue to do this analysis for tournament wins to see, make sure it's consistent across all of the years. And then you should also go start making comparisons of other variables with tournament wins as well, and to find good correlations. Again, correlations that are larger, like closer to +1 or closer to -1, are better measures, and values that are closer to 0 are not as good of measures. So with that, I will go back to the main screen here and end the video. So if you do have any questions on this, please feel free to contact me.